1931 classic Frankenstein from director James Whale. This was back when all they could do is afford square film with no color. Actually, kind of lucky this one even had dialogue. The quote-unquote talkies didn't really hit until the late 20s of, like 100 years ago. So this was a relatively new medium. Think about like the beginning of YouTube. Just a lot of cat videos for years. Well, and bum fights. Took a while to get to that great stuff, that you always see on the YouTubes. That, isn't cat fights and bum videos. I'll give Frankenstein props for that, considering some of the awkward editing and pacing issues. They were just figuring that kind of shit out here. But considering the story it was based on by Mary Shelley from over 100 years before that, circa 1818-ish, we got a monster story for the ages. Nothing like starting your flick with a funeral and a grave robbing, with a gallows theft as well. Classy. I think at this point everyone knows the basic plot, even without having seen the movie. Shit. Unless I saw it as a kid, I don't remember actually seeing the original movie. Mostly just through, young Frankenstein. And references, odes, homages via shows like The Simpsons. But honestly, mostly from Mel Brooks' stand-up. Though, interesting to note that in this original, Fritz, the Hunchback, is kind of a dick. This is a monster movie wrapped in a romantic drama, and a suitably lame one at that, if I do say so myself. I'd call it a period piece too, but I think that's just kind of how it was back then. So much lederhosen. Get the locals drunk on free beer for a wedding, then pow! Dead kid turns into a drunk angry mob. A bobsled team full of barky dogs and a shit ton of torches. What could go wrong? Well, needless to say, it doesn't end well. Well, for some. Okay to see for a nice snapshot in film history and a pretty good performance by Boris Karloff as the monster. The rest of the acting is just rather dreadful, but I imagine typical of the times. The highlight really has to be the final showdown at the windmill, which looks like it was suspiciously stolen from Army of Darkness, which technically happened approximately 482 years prior. But the monster deserved a better fate. The well-known quote from this is, of course, "It's alive. It's alive!" I'm glad Oingo Boingo let them use that line. I'm sure the song Weird Science was a big inspiration here. So for ratings overall, story is 2.5 beers. That's kind of being generous. Look, 2.5 beers, being kind of generous. They had some good psych wall stuff during the monster hunt. Is what it is. Again, check it out if you want to revisit a unique slice of modern monster history. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Cheers.